The Crosby Cougars are back this season with a chip on their shoulder after falling short of a state title in the semifinals in 2014. They're back this year with a new motto, +1.
+1 is just something we thought about at the end of last year. You know, you get to the fifth round, you think you'd be satisfied a little bit, but our kids weren't. They were hurt. After we lost that game against Cedar Park, they were hurt, and all they could think about was getting into off season. You know, of course, after that last game, it was Christmas break, so we had a few weeks where we didn't get to see them, they didn't get to see us, and just kind of lingered. And over Christmas break, that just kind of hit me. +1. We got what do we got to do to get that extra week of football next year and try to make this state championship run?
We got a new motto, +1. So anything that we didn't do last year, like an extra 200 or extra weapon in the weight room, we're doing it this year to get that one extra game to make it to the state championship.
What will it take for you guys to make it to a state title this year?
I think we just got to have everybody focused every day at practice, play like we've been there, practice like we've been there, and put in more work than we did last year.
And Tristan and Mannie put on an exhibition last week against Barbers Hill. Talk a little bit about that and how they work together.
Well, Mannie is an elite athlete. I mean, he was one of the fastest kids in the state in track last year as a sophomore. It helps that he's 6'3". He catches the football really well. Tristan Cotton is just our leader. He's a winner. He's a great quarterback. He does everything that we ask of him in this program. And he worked real hard last spring working on his arm strength and his accuracy, and it showed up early in the season. Right now, he's definitely on point throwing the ball. It's just them two guys put a lot of work in together. You know, with the summer with 7-on-7, and I knew it was going to be beneficial coming into the season. Mannie used to play quarterback. Is still a really good quarterback. So it took him a little while to figure out the receiver. Last year he started figuring it out at the end of the year, had some big games towards the end of the year in the playoffs, in that playoff run, and then it's just carried over this year, and they're going to be hard to stop. They're on the same page. They're going to be hard to stop.
I mean, me and Mannie have a good connection. We've been connecting for the past 2 years now, so we got a good, strong connection going, and hopefully keep building off of it.
Me and T-Kai, we grew up together. We used to play Little League basketball together. So, I mean, we have a good connection. Our family are good. And we didn't really think we was gonna play varsity football together. So last year we just came together and say we had to stick together or the team's gonna be good. So that's what we did to help the team out.
What do you think it will take to make it to a state title this year?
With any run like that, you need a little bit of luck. You need your team to gel and peak at the right time. I think last year was a direct reflection of that. We got into the playoffs. We got hot. We figured out what we were good at, and then we stayed healthy up until that last game of that 15th game of the season, the 5th round. So it takes a lot of that stuff. It takes a lot of experience that we got coming back. That helps us out a lot. It makes it real easy as a coach when most of your players that are coming back have been there before and played 15 games last year. I think we just got to get better every day and every week. We keep doing that. Time the playoffs get here, I think we'll be a pretty solid football team. On the defense side of the ball, our defense is playing really well right now. We shut out Angleton, which was a third-round opponent last year in Game 2. Nederland, offensively, we struggled a little bit, not hitting on all cylinders, and defense kind of brought us through that game. And then the second half last week, they figured out what Barbers Hill was trying to do and shut them out in the second half. So our defense is one of the top defenses in the district. When you look at that defense, you got to look at the defensive end, Nathan White, who's returning all-state kid from last year, who just creates havoc from the defensive end position. You got to look at Jalen Harrison, who is our middle linebacker. He's the quarterback of the defense. Just a great leader. He's a coach's kid and just does everything right. And then in the back end, in the secondary, you got Taylor Perry and Joseph Pickney that I'd be afraid to catch balls. Those guys are physical. They play hard and they run through the ball on contact.
And what would you like to see from the team at the end of the season?
I would like to see a state championship in our hands so we can win that, finally get Crosby a state championship win.
And the Cougars are just getting started. Crosby takes on Humble High School this Friday at home and hopes to improve its record to 4-0 on the season. Reporting for Texan Live, Courtney Madden.